This update with these storms is this severe thunderstorm warning that did get extended for most of Hamilton County, even down closer to Florence into Boone County, for majority of northern Kentucky and our areas for Florence, Independence. That is going to be in effect until 5:45. This was just issued by the National Weather Service. Wind chills single digits, 6, 9, and 6 degrees some places with those winds 20, 25 miles per hour. It's going to continue to be very chilly all throughout the day, very windy. And again, that snow, especially in Lake and Ashtabula County, that winter weather advisory until 10 o'clock. Kristen, the environment here is absolutely electric. And, I'm out here for weather. It's cold. I've got to be honest with you. My nose is running a little bit as you got to chill in the air. The good news is it's not going to be cold for long. This sun is coming up behind Tangeman here over the next probably 30 minutes. You can already see the sun coming up on the Commons. Beautiful shot there right after the sun goes down. So as that happens, we're also keeping an eye way up here, still for the most part in Canada, this cold front that's going to make its way in. So we have to still nail down the timing of when that system down in Texas moves in, when it reacts with this cold front that's on the complete opposite side of the country. They might need that umbrella when they're coming home, but certainly not this morning when they're getting ready to get on the bus. It is absolutely perfect out here. You've got the clear, calm conditions. Temperatures, though, a little bit on the chilly side, dare I say. I mean, right around that 60-degree mark. You got a few places actually in the upper 50s, so the light jacket, possibly.
Cameron, talk a little bit about that mugginess out there. You're talking about the dew point?
Yeah, never good when that dew point's right around 70 degrees. Anything above the upper 60s, we've been kind of flirting with that line lately. It's like, all right, it's uncomfortable, but not unbearable. Today might be one of those days where it's a little unbearable.
One of the days was like 62 degrees.
Yeah, it felt great earlier in the week, and each and every day, like you mentioned, just that slow climb, like Miley Cyrus would say. But the good news is, it's still not super humid out there.
Okay.
Look a little different when you make your way here to Coney Island, but a lot of people are just happy that it is open, especially the season pass holders getting out here. Those parents saying, kids, get out of the house for a little bit. Come to the pool. As we talked about, there's no system moving through. It was just so hot, so humid. All that moisture just sits there and it collapses over a specific area. And unfortunately, southeastern Indiana is the victim today. Back in our area, not quite as strong, but still seeing a lot of lightning, very heavy pockets of rain. The big difference between this line moving through right now and the showers and storms we saw yesterday, this line's actually pushing through the area. We're not seeing the back building. We're not seeing the heavy amounts of rain sitting over a specific area that led to 6 inches of rain in less than 6 hours for a few places. Did you say for free?
Free. She said for
Today.
free.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
I have a feeling, yeah, Cameron's like, but I got to get mine now.
We really didn't see much of a winter, let's be honest.
It's like, should winter continue for 6 more weeks? I'm like, we didn't even have it in the first place.
Pretty easy one, I feel like, for the groundhog. So if he gets this one right, it really doesn't mean a whole lot. It's like, come on, a squirrel could have gotten this one right. Obviously, a lot of you have been hearing these storms roll through. Well, now we do have that first warning. Further down here to the south in northern Kentucky, thanks to those wind gusts. You can see the bowing action just a little bit. This is going to be in effect until 12:15. Very strong line of showers and storms that has ripped through the area here over the last hour or so. We haven't seen any severe weather with this. Just one county up to the north, though, that is not the case. Good news is we had a tornado warning in Madison County. That just expired at 12:30. So we were seeing a decent amount of rotation with that. Lots of lightning, a little bit of an inflow notch. That has since dissipated. It's going to be the same thing. You're going to get a decent amount of snowfall in the morning, a second round in the afternoon, evening, both of which will cause problems to anybody who's out there on the roadways. That's going to be the biggest concern tomorrow. Now, the good news is it is a holiday tomorrow, so that's already going to limit down on the traffic. Plus, you've got a lot of people who can work from home. If you don't have to be out there, try to avoid it, because in the morning and especially in the evening, it's not going to be fun. For your Valentine's Day today, to wrap up the weekend, you're dry, cloudy, and cold. Not much of an issue other than the fact that you'll need to bundle up. Out here to the west is the winter storm that's getting a little bit closer. Started out in the Pacific, made its way through Washington State, down to Texas, and now into our portions of the area later on tonight. And after 750 plus days of not having a winter storm warning in our area, we are now on number 2 in the last 10 days. So waking up tomorrow morning, you're already going to have about 1 to 3 inches of snow on the ground. We continue to fine tune these numbers. We're going with 1 to 3 for the most part. So that's going to be a big impact on that morning commute if you have one. Later on in the afternoon, evening, after a decent break in the snow, that's going to be good for road crews getting that first round out of there. We're going to see an additional 4 to 7, maybe even a tad bit more in a few isolated places move back in. I think that's when road crews are going to have a real really tough time getting everything cleared off. The pre-treating from the morning's probably already going to be gone. Give them plenty of space. They are going to be trying as hard as they can to keep up with Mother Nature. Temperatures right now, you're in the low 20s. Teens still in southeastern Indiana. That's been the trend the past few days. Southeastern Indiana has been very chilly. You stay right around that 20-degree mark over the next several hours, only warming up to the mid to upper 20s, maybe the upper 20s, continuing with the streak of at least 10 straight days below average. 6 out of 7 have been below freezing, and because of that, and temperatures are so cold, as soon as that snow starts falling late tonight, it is going to be sticking, and not any of it's going to be melting on contact. Obviously, if you have a pre-treated roadway, it will, which is good, but those sidewalks, your cars, your grassy surfaces, accumulation happens almost immediately. Tonight and waking up tomorrow morning, that's that first round. 1 to 3 inches of snow looks to be the safe bet. Let's time it all out on Futurecast here. Not a whole lot today. Again, just cloudy skies, a few flurries. Midnight to 3 a.m. Now we start to see that snow push on into the area. That winter storm warning goes into effect at 1 o'clock tomorrow morning. And this is going to be the case throughout the first half. Up until about 7, 8 a.m., you're seeing snow, several heavy pockets of snow. We could even see some pretty big bands that set up, dropping that quick 2 to 3 inches. So we're saying 1 to 3 on average. It's not out of the question to maybe get an isolated place more than 3 inches in the morning, but that's not going to be widespread. Once that snow moves out right about 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, you get a decent break, and we're not going to see prolonged constant snow, but you'll have a few chances to see a quick snow shower during even the middle parts of the day before the second round of more sustained, heavier snow moves in. So about 3, 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, that second round pushes in. Once again, you see the dark blues indicating heavier snowfall, more constant snowfall, and it sticks around longer. This is going to be sticking around till at least midnight. Once we get to about midnight, that snow moves on out. That's going to drop the additional 4, maybe up to 7 or 8 inches of snow. So by the time it's all said and done, we could see at least 9 inches. Yesterday, we were very confident we were going to see at least 6 inches of snow. As things have kind of progressed, all right, we're getting a little better chance of seeing at least 9. I think that's a safe bet. 6 to 9 looks to be the main frame here in terms of what we're going to see, and that shows here on our snow totals. The central portion of the area, we're going about 7 to 10. I think 10 is probably on the high side. You could have a few isolated places that see 10 and up, and then the further out you go from the central portions, you're going to see those totals drop down just a little bit. Nonetheless, if you get 5 inches, 7 inches, a foot of snow, it's not going to be fun out there on the roads. That's why we're urging people, unless if you have to be at work or have a pressing issue, just try to stay at home tomorrow. Enjoy the holiday from your couch, from your living room, anything you want to do. We keep the weather impact day for Tuesday, as temperatures will once again be cold, maybe a few snow showers, freezing cold early Wednesday morning. The chance for additional snowfall Thursday with 2 to 3 inches looking likely.